Hey y'all, I'm Ari Curtis. This is my channel, Ari Curtis Trading. Welcome to my channel. So today, I just got an alert on my phone. Okay, so today I just wanted to share an update since it's been a while. We are now in April, and I think my last video was beginning of the year or something. So I haven't been very consistent about recording or blogging or whatever you want to call it, but I'm here. So I've learned a lot of lessons through trading. In the first couple of videos, I talked about when I started. I started in November of 2023, live trading, and I started sim trading end of the summer of 2023. So going into the school year, and then November I took my first live trade, and I've been trading since November, and we're now in April, so that means it was half of November, December. So I've been trading, 5 months? We're going in, yeah, right? Is that right? December, January, February, March, April. 5 months, 5.5 months with the half of November. So I've learned a few lessons, and I wanted to hop on here and share what those lessons were. So one of those things was I started over trading. I think that comes from just like connecting busyness to productivity, or, that kind of thing. So I figured the more I'm trading and the more that I'm doing, then it equates to me working harder or making more, or whatever the connection. I think we live in a culture where we connect busyness or the doing to being productive or successful. And that's not the case in trading. And I knew that already. I already knew that. And even in knowing that, I just got wrapped in it. I got wrapped up in my trading, and I became a little obsessive. And one of the reasons, one of my whys that I got into trading is so that I could have time, right? Buy my time back. Allow my money to work for me so that I'm not physically having to be, working 24/7 or however, 9 hours out of the day or whatever. I could have my plan in place, and it would give me the freedom to move about with my kids and with my husband and with the house and with whatever responsibilities. I could move about and do that and still be earning an income. Well, that freedom I had given up. I gave that freedom up because I became obsessed. And I started doing way too much. One of those things was I had a spreadsheet or a worksheet I created for myself from the very beginning, just so that I can learn the markets. And some of the things on there were obviously the name and the ticker symbol, but then their day high, day low, their 52-week high, 52-week low, what the trend was currently with that stock. There was a series, it was I don't know, 7 or 8 columns across, and I would log all these things daily it was 1 page per company, right, per stock. So I had at one time 10 of those that I was watching, that I pulled from my watch list, that I would do those numbers daily on. Well, that takes time, right? Because you're pulling up charts, filling each one of these lines out for each one of these spreadsheets. It took time, and it was unnecessary. In the beginning, it was necessary so that I could learn the markets and see the patterns, and understand what's going on with the numbers. And I like to look at the charts, and I also like to write things down. I'm a note taker, so that helps me learn the markets. Excuse me. It helped me learn the markets. But then After a while, I became very obsessive over doing that, and it took up a large amount of time. And by then, I already knew the numbers for all the things that I was watching on my watch list. So it became very unnecessary. And then on top of that, I became hyper analytical of those sheets and the numbers and formulas and all kind of stuff. And all of that was unnecessary. From the very beginning, when I first started trading, sim trading, my trading was all based off the charts solely, not the news, not people's opinions, not emotion. It was look at the chart, what is it doing? And based on that data, where's my entry, where's my exit, where's my stop loss, etc. And I would get in and out of trades easily. And at most, I would have, I want to say in the beginning, I could pull up my spreadsheet. In the beginning, I probably traded 10 to 15 times in a month, period. Let me just pull my worksheet up because I have it in Excel. I have a sim trade log and a live trade log. I haven't sim traded in a while. So here we go. Let's see. I started the log once I had already been trading for a while, so I don't have it all the way back from the summertime, but I do September. I had 19 total monthly trades in September. October, 5. Okay, but let's look and see. Let's look at something really quick. Okay, just like I suspected. So in September, I had 19 trades, and my net payout for September was $1,391. $1,391.80. That was my net payout in sim in September. And by that time, I was a month in or 2 months in. I think I started at end of July. No, I was still working on my coursework. So maybe August. So maybe I'm about a month in. October, I traded 5 times total in the month. And I made $4,173.35. Less trades, better trades, more money. Then in November, because I switched over to live, I didn't even finish this month out. And the 2 trades that I did have in sim, it was, let's do the math because I didn't close it out. $11.63.55. So $1,163.55. And that was on 2 trades. So what that tells me is you don't have to have 19 trades or 20 trades to do well in a month. You have to have a handful of great trades. And I was way pickier in my trades then. I was very selective, and I placed a trade when I saw a good opportunity, and I exited when I saw it was time. Live. Let's look at my live. So see, I have it on spreadsheet. You're not be able to see it. I have it on spreadsheets. Oops. And if I go back to November, but this is now on my live spreadsheet. I had a total of $11 trades. 11 trades total. Out of those, I had 1 loss and the total on that was 1551.40. So I began to complicate things and I began trading significantly more, but my production wasn't showing what it needed to show or what I have shown with less trades. Sucky lesson to learn, but lesson learned nonetheless. So now I am a lot more selective on what I decide to trade and when I decide to go in, when I decide to go out. I don't advise learning these things the hard way. And even though I read about these things and I knew about them, yep, still made the same mistakes I read about. January was a painful month for me, but from everything I've read, people, traders, they call it tuition. So I paid my tuition in January of this year. I took 2 significant losses and it sucked, but I bounced back. I'm looking at February, looking at March. I bounced back, but it was difficult after getting into a loss like that. Mentally takes a toll, and I don't think it matters how many books you read about the psychology of trading and how much mental work you have to do in order to be successful in trading. Yeah, knowledge and firsthand experience are 2 different things, and having the knowledge of it is great, right? You know what to expect. But yeah. I don't have any words for that. Or an excuse. I knew better. And actually what happened in that loss, I like to make notes to myself and kind of log what went wrong, what went right. So in that trade, when I placed my trade, it was a stupid error on my part. I've traded with stop losses and without stop losses. I've had mental stop losses where I know what my number to get out is, and I'll be lenient with that sometimes. And then I've had actual stop losses. And I tried being very firm on my rules and saying, if I set a stop loss, don't move it, just leave it. The month of February, which was the month after I took that big loss, I became very strict in my trading. And I said to myself, you will stick to your rules. Whatever stop loss you pick, you will not move it. You will sit on that stop loss and move forward. Take the loss, move forward. Take the win, move forward, etc., etc. I had about equal amounts of wins and losses, which was unusual. Usually I had more wins than losses in my previous months. But that month, obviously, because I was sticking hard to my rules and not making any exceptions, when I should have, in a few cases, the stop loss I set a little too close because I was fearful, and I got kicked out of some trades that wound up turning back in the direction that I needed it to and played out exactly like I thought. I just put my stop loss a little too close, and I didn't want to make exceptions or bend the rules, so there's that. So fear was a factor in those. And then, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that, but those are the lessons that I've learned so far. I think what sucked the most. Oh, that's what I was saying. Now I remember. So what happened with that one particular trade and the mistake that happened with that particular trade that went south. So I did put things wrong in the system. And what I mean by that is I originally had put a stop loss in. And I did not have, for duration, I accidentally selected GTC plus, good till canceled plus, which means, you know, in that pre and post markets or whatever, but you cannot do stop losses GTC plus. You can do GTC, good till canceled, but not GTC plus, and that is what I did. So, not realizing it or not looking, not going back to review, not noticing that it got kicked back, that particular order. So the buy order went through and my target, right, my limit went through, but my stop limit did not go through. It got kicked back. It was rejected, and I went on about my business because I did what I thought I needed to do, and I did not. And then I went back and checked on it, and it was still fine, but I didn't even look to see if everything was where it needed to be. So I should have done that. And then when I did realize it was not there, I was like, it's fine. It's one of the Mag 7. They're doing great. It's fine. It was not indeed fine, because not too long after that, there was news about this company, and then every day after that there was news. So you probably know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say who they are. But yes, so it dropped, and I saw it hit my stop loss. Like, actually was not in there, but my mental stop loss, right? Because at that point I realized my stop loss is not there. I need to go ahead and get out of this trade. And then I was like, doubting myself, it'll turn back. It's blankety blank. They're good for it. It'll come back. So I watched it for another day, and another day, and another day, and slowly it started doing this. And I waited, and I thought, it's gonna come back. Nope. It indeed did not come back. And I had to cut my losses. I had to pull the plug. And I pulled the plug. And actually had a lot more peace after that. Would have had more peace if I would have stopped it when I said I was going to stop it, which is what led to the following month being so strict. And then the next month, which was March, last month, I kind of adjusted, had a little more balance to what I was doing, and didn't, I was more mindful of the mistakes I'd already made, and firsthand experience is a heck of a teacher, but I corrected. I made sure that I slowed myself down when I was processing trades. As I'm charting, that I am going off the information I'm seeing and cutting losses when they need to be cut. And definitely not expecting, not assuming or expecting anything from anybody, regardless of their reputation in the stock market. Let's just say that. So anyway, I've been on here way longer than I expected. I hope this was a useful perspective or video. I do need to get better about being more regular with these videos, because it does help me process out loud. I actually still have some saved on my phone and my computer that I never uploaded because I was I got busy and then I just never went back because it was like old news. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for listening to me. And see y'all in the next video. Bye.